PCTV News. I'm Jessica Barker.
And I'm Zeke Willett. Thank you for being with us for our final show of the fall semester.
In today's show, we will debrief the PCTV News and PIR Print at the Polls election night coverage, take a look at the NAIA National Cross Country Championships, and bring you a new PrinMuse segment.
President-elect Donald Trump's victory over Hillary Clinton shocked the world. Media outlets widely predicted Clinton to triumph on election night, but as the vote swarmed in on the night of November 8th, it became increasingly clear that those predictions would be false. There to cover the spectacle of it all were political science and mass communication students during the election night broadcast, Print at the Polls. Jessica Barker caught up with Bree Burns and I, the host of the broadcast, to give our take on what occurred that night.
My name is Zeke Willett, and I was a broadcasting host on PIR.
My name is Bree Burns, and I was also a broadcasting host on PIR. And along with being a host, Zeke and I were both in the Women in Politics class here at Principia campus and the American Constitutional Law class. So we also partook in a couple of different segments that occurred during the evening.
So it was really interesting throughout the night because Bree and I were kind of bogged down in the radio studio, and while everyone was coming in to give us updates on their races, we were trying to keep track of the presidential race, but what a lot of students were covering were Senate races, gubernatorial races, and races for the House as well. So Bree and I, throughout the night, we referenced Washington Post. We went on CNN a lot and just tried to get the update of the race for the presidential election. And yeah, it was just kind of surreal because throughout the night we were expecting Hillary to just eventually go over top of Trump because Trump had gotten off to a really early start once he secured a lot of the Midwestern states. But it never came, and I think by the time it was midnight when we finally logged off the air, we were just like, wow, this is actually going to happen. So it was more of a feeling of just kind of shock because it was just so unexpected and no one had predicted it.
I would agree with Zeke. It was interesting to be so engaged with the election. Obviously, being a host for the evening, you're hearing about all the updates and what was happening. But at the same point, we had to be keeping track of when the next break was coming up and who was coming in the studio and could we shuffle people in and out fast enough. So there was so much that we had to keep track of aside from just who was winning the presidential election. Sometimes 15, 20, 30 minutes would pass before you get to look at what was happening in the polls, and all of a sudden you could go, oh my gosh, look at your computer, look at what's just happened, look at which state just came in. So it's very exciting and very fun.
So what was it like doing both the TV side of things as well as the radio?
Well, it's kind of interesting because the preparation for both was definitely different. I would say that for the television side of things, it was really just making sure that I was able to coordinate who I would talk to throughout the night. I reported with Gail Chaddock, who's a mass communication professor here, and I just kind of interviewed her, asked her questions about her insights on the race as a whole and her observations as well. But for the PIR broadcast, it was different in the sense that I was the one kind of giving out the information with Bree. We put in a lot of preparation, a lot of work beforehand, and I think throughout the end of it, it really came to fruition. It was a wonderful broadcast and a very interesting evening, a very historic evening as well. So it's awesome. It's just perfectly fun to be a part of such a wonderful night.
If you would like to hear parts of the event, go to Principia Internet Radio at principiacollege.edu. Now, over to Andrew with the latest in sports news.
Thanks, Zeke. This week we're going to take a look at the NAIA National Cross Country Championships that took place a couple weeks ago. PCTV News members were there to witness it firsthand. Let's get right to the action and see what happened at the big event. great to hear about this successful event. Now over to Jessica with this week's edition of PrinMuse.
Thanks, Andrew. In our next segment, PrinMuse host Justin Wu invited some students to try vegan food. Let's see how successful he was in converting the students' diets.
I'm hungry. I would like some food. Hi, my name's Valerie.
Hi, my name's Lauren.
I'm Franny.
Oh yeah, I'm Steven.
My name is Ryan Mitchison.
My name's James.
I think being vegan is you don't eat meat.
They don't want anything to do with an animal.
Animals are mistreated.
It can be super easy to be vegan, and it's like so good for you and so good for the world that like we should put more effort into being vegan. Is it real meat?
I mean, it looks like a normal piece of chicken.
It's not real meat, but it looks like meat. It looks like
It smells like
barbecue.
It smells like a smoker's house.
It kind of smells like dog food.
It's crunchy.
Oh, it's just normal. It's literally just normal chicken.
I don't like it. I kind of like it.
Tastes like meat.
You're not eating chicken. Son of a.
It tastes a lot like chicken.
Kidding, right? How's this not
This is
chicken?
not chicken? Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I could have possibly thought it was real, but not like good chicken.
That right there, that's plants.
I
like
like
it.
this. I like it. I'll eat it.
I'll eat more of it.
I'm thrown off.
This one's probably like an 8.
I would say like an 8 too. It's pretty good.
7.
I was
out
gonna
of
say
10.
7 too.
Like a 6.
yeah, I give it a 6. Yeah.
It did a good job.
It's a good
pretending to
supplement,
be
yeah.
meat.
Is this cheese?
Is this fake cheese?
Is this the stuff from the dining room?
It looks like sweaty cheese.
Like normal cheese should not be this wet.
Why is it? It's like a sponge.
Squidgy, like tofu.
Ooh, it's kind of weird.
Like if I had a floor made out of this, I would walk on it.
There's my castle. There's the spire. Okay.
If it's vegan, how is it? Wait, what?
Oh.
Bone up the teeth.
I'm not into it.
Oh man.
That's rough.
Clearly, it didn't come from a cow.
No.
So there's that.
I'm not like that.
At first it was kind of bland, and then it, like the flavor really set in, and man, that is strong bad.
Wow.
It was weird at first taste, but then the aftertaste tastes like cheese. But
Yeah.
when you first taste it, you're like, ah.
I don't know. This is just not.
The aftertaste, though.
You can actually get this in the scramble room.
What?
I would say a 2.
Like a 0.
1.
2 or 3, a 5 maybe. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. So like right in the middle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Ice cream.
Yours is really melty.
Yo, clearly, like, this person had way too much water in their diet.
This is so good.
Oh, it smells like
No,
nice chocolate ice cream, though. That's
I
the
think
thing.
it's gonna be okay.
It looks like ice cream and smells like chocolate ice cream. And is this like brownie?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not bad at all.
Is this Ben and Jerry's? Oh man.
you know, it's Ben & Jerry's, which is impossible.
Oh, almond milk.
Almond milk for the win.
Better than the cheese.
Oh god,
Oh my
much
God.
better.
I'll admit it. The vegans do come up with some good things.
They're clever.
It's like normal. It's like ice cream. I love ice cream. It doesn't taste any different.
Do we have this in our C-store?
Some ice creams there's just too much cream in it, and so it's like,
I feel
This
like
is
I need
really
to go
good.
buy this from the C-store.
I feel like I should be vegan.
I'd say a 9.
8, 9.
I'd say a 9 out of 10. The only reason at the moment why I'm not giving it a 10 is because I can still smell the cheese.
10.
10.
Like a 10.
11.
11? Dang.
It's a prop. You got to keep yourself physically round and fat.
Would I become vegan? I don't know. You gotta give me some time on that one.
Yeah.
I probably could do it. It's just it would require like some.
Work.
Yeah, it requires some work.
You're
yeah.
lazy.
And self-control too.
I think I would start as a vegetarian. I think if things like this were readily available, like just as easy to get as the regular food that's in the hotline, I would definitely pick that.
I feel like it's very informational. Like, I feel like I'm a little bit more comfortable with vegan, and like I don't like quite as much like hate on them. I'll be willing to try them.
I think it's a pretty good experience. I would do it again.
And I'm definitely, not gonna laugh as much about it.
Exactly.
Now that I see that they have this many
Like it's
options,
pretty decent.
yeah, this isn't too bad.
Yeah.
It's difficult to please everyone, and it's difficult to find good vegan alternatives.
All we have is really the salad bar.
I think also there's like a lot of people on campus that I know are vegetarian and they want to be vegan, but it's so difficult.
I think that, well, like as a vegetarian, one of the things that I was always like, oh, I can't be vegan because I love chocolate. I can just eat chocolate ice cream that's vegan and I'll get my chocolate. So I don't know if that's a good argument anymore. And so I definitely want to start like being more vegan.
Sometimes the healthy foods need to come out a little better.
Oh, God, that cheese was god awful.
It was
like I literally can't get over that. That was honestly the worst thing I've ever had in my entire life.
That's it for this week's show. Thank you for being with us as we covered the latest election, sports, and entertainment news.
Remember to like us on Facebook to keep up to date with our coverage of PRIN news and campus life. We look forward to seeing you next semester. And from all of us here at PCTV News, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.